Hello, today's question from an IT leader is, my team wants to try Agile, and I emphasise try Agile. How can I support that? How could they do that?
Okay, this is another how long have we got video?
Yeah.
A little bit. So
Maybe we should... So Agile is still quite a new concept to many things. It's become a bit of a buzzword, hasn't it, over the last year or so.
Or 25 years, depending on who you are, yeah.
Everyone wants to do Agile.
Yeah, well, but I think that's the key word you just said in there. There's a lot of people that want to do Agile, and they think that Agile is a thing, a process that you follow, and therefore you are Agile.
Yep.
It's not what it's really about at all. Agile is about being able to adapt and to inspect what's around you and then adapt to that world to come up with a better answer. You kind of presume with Agile approaches that you don't know what the answer is. The world is likely to change around you, and therefore you need a different way of doing it.
Yep.
As opposed to planning deeply up front to then discover that the world or the target has changed. So you're right. There is a buzz, and there's a lot of misunderstanding. I'm not sure we're gonna deal with that here. I would ask you that the first question I would ask you is why. Not as an accusatory thing, but I want to know what you want to get out of it. So what's the goal for doing it? So if the team has come to you as an initiative and they'd really like to try Agile, there's going to be some reason behind it. It could be that they are, or you are as a group, you're stuck. You struggle to get delivery out of the door. You're disconnected from your customers. You're want to try a different way because you think there might be a more productive way of doing things. It might just simply be an experiment.
Yeah, it could be slow, it could be bureaucratic, it could be lengthy.
Exactly, there are lots of reasons. Start there so you've got some kind of goal to look at. Then allow the team some space to have a try and see what they can do. I would certainly encourage the team to think fairly small to begin with. And by small, I don't mean about what they're working on, but the practices that they apply. So things like iteration, short, say 2-week sprints, where you do a little bit of planning of what you're expecting to do in the next 2 weeks towards your goal with a view to achieve something, is a relatively easy practice to adopt.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're working on, but that practice is quite easy to adopt. I would also advise strongly that you adopt, or you must adopt, some kind of retrospective, some kind of review process on the end of that period as well. So start to break your work into smaller chunks, and then at the end of each iteration, however long you choose to make that, talk about it as a team and look for opportunities to improve. What was it that went really well? What could we change? What could we do better next time? Then you go into the next iteration, the next iteration, the next iteration, if you see what I mean, and with an opportunity to learn. If you treat the whole thing like an experiment, and certainly if you support your team by providing knowledge of the experiment, so this team are going to try working in a different way, we're not expecting miracles, and certainly you won't, like so many of these things won't change overnight. It takes weeks of effort, energy, and getting it wrong plenty of times before you really start to see the value. But you'll learn things very quickly that you can start to report on, so treat it that way. What else could you add? What could you advise this person to do?
Well, maybe when you're talking about, why they're doing it, making sure it's clear and that they're all going into that same direction, because it's easy to get, particularly if you haven't had that mindset before, it's easy to get really granular and in the detail, and then you start having lots of project plans at the other end of it. So keeping that goal in mind will be key, and working together cross-functionally, getting who you need in that room at the same time.
That's just led me to two other bits, I think, definitely. So the one really easy one, or quick one to deal with first, would just be the team. If you've got the opportunity to bring the team physically together so that they're working in the same space, great. The cross-functional team, that is. So if you've got software engineers and testers, for example, make sure that they're together. The second was about the destination, the goal. So there should be a reason you're doing this work at all in the first place. You're trying to achieve something. You may not given the position in your organisation, yet have product owners or even product managers that are responsible for lines of business in your organisation. If you do, leverage those, use those people to help keep the team oriented and prioritised and organised. If you don't, then you can get somebody to step into that role and begin to examine it. But as much as you possibly can, draw the distance between the team and the customer together. So if you can allow the team to talk directly with the customer that you're delivering for, without any kind of proxy or product owner in the middle, that's even better. Connect them with the destination, because then they'll make much better decisions about the direction of flow that they're taking. There's so much that we could talk about in this one, honestly, and it really does depend on the context. Talk with your team. It's an experiment to achieve something in the first place. Take a few practices on, which you'll kind of do some of the doing Agile. The thing you want to be looking out for as you go is the behaviours. People going, yeah, we got that wrong. How fantastic. What have we learned? What can we do next? That's where you start to be Agile, when your approach is one of constant learning and constant awareness that what you might be doing may not be the best thing. So let's have a look again.
So we really hope that helps and gets you started. If you want to talk to us about it, please do get in touch. And indeed, if you've got any tips of your own on how you got started, please do let us know. So if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. We're always filming, so we can have that chat in some point in the future. Send us a message, let us know. Look forward to hearing from you.